ciel bleu vole en silence les cœurs des gens amoureux.
Hey everyone, so for today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you all some more luxury beauty favorites. These are kind of the more luxe, expensive products that I really enjoy. This is also kind of a violet gray sale recommendations video as well because all of these items are 20% off right now. Always great to be able to take advantage of a sale when you're dealing with more expensive products. The sale runs through May 31st, and if you're not familiar with violet gray, they're really cool because they're kind of like a more curated retailer. Like they kind of pick and choose the items that they want to carry from different brands and pull in the ones that a lot of like industry experts, makeup artists really enjoy. Violet Gray was very kind enough to send me some items that I was interested in trying, which I was happy to take advantage of, especially because you guys have been asking me about some of these brands for a long time and I just haven't gotten around to trying them. I really wanted to focus this video on some more like summer favorite products, you know, now that the weather's getting a little bit hotter. So I kind of divided it into 3 different categories. So one, I'm talking about some really beautiful longwear products. You know, in the summer, you really want stuff to stay on your face. And I'm also talking about some really beautiful glowy products because I love a good glow in the summer, as well as some sun protection products because, you know, that's really important. So let's start right there with sun protection. So there's a common kind of question that I see being asked over and over and over again, especially this time of year, and that is, how do I reapply my sunscreen while I have makeup on? And I'm happy to do a whole video on that if you guys would like to see that. I know there are a lot of other videos already about that, but you know, keeping that question in mind, the product that I would use to do that is the Supergoop Mineral Matte Screen. So I had a mini of this sitting in my minis bin for quite a while, and I just never got around to trying it. Well, a baseball game had come up and I was like, okay, I need to pack a little baby sunscreen in my purse and reapply it throughout the game. And I said, oh, I haven't tried this one. I just threw it in and didn't really think twice about it. So I'm literally in the stands and I take it into my hands. I put it all over my face and I turn to my friend and I'm like, does it look like I have weird sunscreen all over me? At that point, I didn't really care. And she was like, no, like it doesn't even really look like much has changed at all. So I eventually went to the bathroom and I realized that this sunscreen is seriously so perfect for reapplying on top of makeup. It's for a few different reasons. One, it's definitely because of the texture. It has a really beautiful, airy, fluffy kind of texture. It almost feels like a primer rather than a traditional sunscreen lotion. That makes it very smooth. It really likes to glide onto the skin. And by the way, this is a completely mineral sunscreen. It's a mix of zinc and titanium dioxide, and it's SPF 40, which is pretty good. But anyway, it just loves to kind of glide over the skin. It also has a very subtle tint to it. It's not something that I feel like gives me coverage necessarily. It kind of just blends away eventually. I'm honestly not positive how it would work if you have a much deeper skin tone, but I would certainly say that light to medium skin tones will get along well with the tint. Another reason why this is such an ideal summertime sunscreen is that it's mattifying, but it's not crackly or drying. I really like that it's not drying for that reason because a lot of mattifying sunscreens I find can actually kind of like suck all of the moisture out of my skin, and this does not do that. It doesn't cake up on the makeup that you already have on your face, but this is also really great as like a priming product if you wanted to just use this as your sunscreen. And I just find that this really is one of those products that's easy to use and easy to reapply. In the summer, this is going to be the product that I reapply with. Next, getting into a longwear item that I've really been enjoying. It is from By Terry. It's their Ombre Blackstar eyeshadow sticks. So I have been wanting to try out this formula, or really like By Terry in general, for a long time. This is the shade Frozen Quartz, and it is what is on my lids today as my shadow. I love that this is such a beautifully easy eyeshadow stick that is going to last a lot longer. Sometimes I find that eyeshadow sticks don't give me enough shine and enough reflection that I'm looking for. Personally, I have found that this one lasts a long time, but it also just gives my lids a beautiful reflection. The glitter in here is really, really fine, so it's not going to look really chunky or heavy. This shade in particular is really, really pretty. The shade Frozen Quartz is like a more taupey pink, so it's really nice to just kind of put all over the lids for more of a daytime look. The glitters are seriously so ultra fine that they almost just give you that slightly like glossy effect look to your lids. Seriously, absolutely beautiful. And for summer, I want to be able to achieve a look like that that's just going to last a little bit longer, so I feel like this is such an easy product to do that with. And for summer, you know, I want quick makeup. I really don't want to stand in front of the mirror for too long. I also want to make sure that it lasts, and this definitely lasts a long time. And next, let's talk about a glowy item. This is the Kevyn Auccoin Glass Glow Face Illuminator, and this is such a cool product and really like the perfect item if you are like obsessed with that glass glow look. This is glass skin in a tube. So the formula is really cool. It's kind of something between a gel and a gloss formula. It has a little bit of the tack that a face gloss would have, but it's much more smooth and blendable the way like a gel is. This product is also really ideal in my opinion because it's versatile. So you can use this all over the face as a primer. I've done that and really, really love the glow that it gives my foundations. It also works really well with a lot of different foundations, which is super key. So you can use that as a primer, or you can just add like a little bit into a foundation as a mix-in, or you can obviously add it directly onto the face. And that is what I did today. Personally, I love to apply it as a primer like all over my face, but I wanted to show you guys how you can get more of like that pinpoint glass glow look if you just tap it on the cheekbones. My shade is the shade Solar Quartz, and it's really beautiful because it has just a touch of a golden glow to it, but it's not really yellow or stark on the skin. It really is just like ultra juicy, glassy, dewy. So what I like to do with this, if I want to apply it onto my cheeks, is that I apply all of my face makeup and then I apply this and kind of tap it on at the very end. I like to kind of warm it up in my fingers and then just tap it onto the cheekbones, and you will see it just gives you that like immediate dewiness. You know what I just thought of? You could also add this to like a liquid blush as well. I feel like that would look really pretty. Yeah, there's just a lot of different ways to use this. So if you are a big fan of glow, definitely I recommend this one. Okay, next up we have another sunscreen item that I wanted to recommend. If you want to be able to protect your skin, but also give your skin a really beautiful, more glowy finish, I think the Supergoop Glow Screen is amazing. This is a chemical sunscreen. It has 3 different chemical filters, and it is SPF 40 PA+++. So this is really, really ideal if you are someone that loves glow lotion items. So like Max Strobe Cream, if you enjoy the one from L'Oreal as well. This is so cool because it's basically those items except with sunscreen added, which if you think about it, it's really, really ideal because this can basically replace your primer step, give you a really, really beautiful glow to your skin while also protecting it. The texture is really nice because it's more of a lotion texture, but when you apply it onto the skin, it eventually kind of dries down and sets down. So you're not left with a really dewy finish necessarily. It has more of a shift and a sheen to it. There's that pearly sheen. So you're gonna get that more dewy finish from the pearls rather than from a lot of extra emollients. Also really ideal for someone that has more combination skin that wants a more glowy product, but they don't want to add a lot of extra dew necessarily. I use this all over my face and I feel like it just gives me that beautiful like pearly glow lotion look. I find that makeup wears really nicely on top of it as well, and that's something that a lot of us are looking for with their sunscreens. Like you really got to find those makeup loving sunscreens. And for me, this is definitely one of those items. I like it without makeup, with makeup. I just find that it works really well on my skin. No irritation whatsoever. So these are definitely like two standout products from Supergoop that I'm really, really liking. You guys, I've been trying out so many sunscreens. I'll have like a full sunscreen video out very, very soon. Next up, let's talk about Westman Atelier. I wanted to kind of dive into my recommendations because now I have tried the face trace from them. I've tried the lit up stick, which I've talked about many times now, as well as the baby cheeks blush. I'm really glad that I've finally tried out some Westman Atelier products because I've been meaning to for a while, and a lot of you guys have been asking about the brand. Let's first talk about a new favorite from the brand, which is the baby cheeks blush. This blush stick is really beautiful. I have mine in the shade Petal, and it's what I'm wearing on my cheeks today. Westman Atelier is very, very luxe. Everything about the packaging feels luxe, and the formula of this as well definitely feels like just very refined. There's a beautiful naturalness to it. I like it because it's pigmented. You'll get a really beautiful blush pop, but it blends out to look very smooth and airbrushed. There's not a lot of extra dew to it, so it's really versatile. And I feel like it's just a very polished looking blush. I also think the formula in general just blends really nicely. It's super smooth. I also find that there's a nice glide to it, like it wants to blend onto the skin very seamlessly as well. Oddly enough, I feel like baby cheeks is a really good way to describe it because it just gives you that really like plush, airbrushed kind of cheek look. Like it makes your cheeks look very soft. Really a beautiful product, and there are a bunch of shades, and here I am like now I want to try different shades. But the shade Petal I find is just really pretty for every day, very easy, will pretty much go with everything. I've also talked before about the lit up stick. I actually mentioned this in my favorite no makeup product video, and this is the shade Nectar. If you have been on the hunt for a balm highlight that is amped up a little bit, like it doesn't look like there's nothing to it, this is such an ideal product for that. It has a beautiful kind of shimmering shift, but it doesn't look necessarily as a lot of highlight on the skin. There's some, balm highlights that I apply them and I'm like, where did it go? What did it do? Was it even worth the extra effort? This one is like that balm highlight just amped up a little bit with that little bit of extra dew. And this peachy shade is really pretty too because it's not really a shade. Again, it's more just like a very subtle kind of shift. So reflective and very, very beautiful. As for the face trace contour stick, I feel like I need to try this out a little bit more because I tried it out a couple times and I felt like I just wasn't getting the blend that I wanted. So at this point in time, I can give my stamp of approval to the blush and the highlight, but I just need to try out the bronzer a little bit more. I'm super picky with bronzers, you guys. Now let's talk about a long wear item. This is the foundation I'm wearing today. It's the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. I am so glad that I've been using this again. Now that we're all kind of slowly getting back into the world, I have been reaching for this one a lot because I find that it's a really beautiful kind of airbrush, polished looking base product, but it doesn't look heavy. And I just find that it lasts a really long time and it kind of retains a really beautiful airbrush look throughout the day. It's not really heavy. It's also not really dewy. So it's really nice for summertime, especially if you do have more dry skin because it's going to give you a little bit more of a long wear look, not it bunching up on other products without it looking drying. It's just a really nice foundation to wear into, if that makes sense. One more glow product. I love the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. I've talked about this a few times now. I can be having like a bad makeup day, my skin can be looking dry and just in general very dull, and I can apply just a couple sprays of this and my entire face is just so beautifully radiant. For me, it's just been one of those items in my collection where it's kind of just like a time saver. I can use it as a primer. I can use it to add that glow over top of my makeup. When you're someone that deals with more dullness and dryness and you just find that you're lacking radiance, even on bare skin, it makes my skin look so healthy. Sometimes when I'm not feeling like wearing makeup, I can just apply this all over my skin, and I just love that radiance that it gives my skin, and I just feel more confident. It's just one of those mood boosters. And lastly, we have a lip duo. This lip duo is pretty much what I'm always wearing in all of my videos. So it is from Charlotte Tilbury. Number one, it is the Lip Cheat and Pillow Talk, which is an item that I've talked about for a really long time on my channel. It's just my perfect kind of pinky nude shade. I love the formula because it lasts a long time, but it's not too drying on my lips, because I have like chronically dry lips. My lips are always dry. It's really easy to kind of fake a little bit of overlining with a texture like this, and just very smooth and really, really easy. Like, it really goes with every look that I wear. And then a newer favorite that I've been talking about on my channel is the Hyaluronic Happy Kiss in the shade Pillow Talk as well. I just love this so much. It is kind of like a balm lipstick lip gloss hybrid all in one, and it comes in this stick format. It is like so balmy and comfortable. It really makes the lips feel super plush. It has a very soft, like toned down vanilla scent, which I appreciate because, I mean, I love vanilla just as much as the next person, but sometimes I don't want to really notice it. So this is nice because it's there, but it's not really too much. It's very plush and balmy, but it's not a really sticky makeup product. It just makes the lips look bigger without having a lot of shine to them, which, you know, sometimes I don't want a really glossy look. Sometimes I want something a little bit more toned down, and I feel like this is just such a perfect duo for that reason. Really, 9 times out of 10, if I'm going to wear a lip product, it's going to be this duo together. Yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, all of my kind of luxury beauty favorites. I'll also leave kind of like my wish list down below. There are definitely some items that I've been wanting to try. I really want to try the Westman Atelier liquid lip balms. Khaki Reviews Beauty is like really into those, so I want to try that one out. I'm honestly curious about other by Terry products now too. But yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. Definitely make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you all in my next one.